This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
BostonWrestling.com's Holiday Headlocks, Saturday, November 16th at Kowloon on Route 1 in Saugus. Autograph photo fan fest, dinner, auctions, Q&A to help our neighbors this holiday with Ted DiBiase, The Godfather, Al Snow, Deborah, John Cena Sr. with the authentic WWE US spinner belt, Papa Shango, and more. Get your tickets now. Wrestling fans, welcome to a special edition of MWF Extra. It is Veterans Day, November the 11th, 2013. I am joined by not one, but yet two special guests via telephone. One of the most famous superstars of this generation, our good friend Al Snow. Al, how are you today?
I am doing fantastic, and I can't thank you enough for giving me the time to be on your show.
Well, not only that, but we are joined in studio by the man who claims he's a good friend of yours, Quincy Rustani.
Al, what is up with
Quincy.
you? Uncle Al, it's been too long.
I know, I miss you, Quincy.
I miss you too, but
this weekend.
you know that I've been doing every poster, flyer, everything.
Of course you have, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Well,
Who else would I trust to get that done, Quincy, but you?
it has been a somber time here in the MWF with John Cena Sr.'s shenanigans to try and get all of our live events moved to the Carolinas. We're going to try and focus on the positive, which are the two events we have coming up this weekend, Al. Two great causes. First of all, we're going to try and help the kids Saturday. Then on Sunday, you are going to try and improve the lives of the athletes of tomorrow. We'll discuss each one by one. I know Quincy's quite excited about MWF Holiday Headlocks this Saturday night at Kowloon, Route 1 in Saugus. It's going to be rockin'. $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, The Godfather, Papa Shango, Deborah, that sleazebag himself, John Cena Sr., will have an authentic WWE US spinner belt that his son gave to him, and the man of the hour himself, Al Snow with Head.
Yeah, that sounds like it's going to be an amazing time. I cannot wait to be a part of it.
Al, now I want to compliment you not only the job of wrestling, but your movie. That is the most awesomest thing. And the thing about the movie
Overtime?
is about overtime. I'm doing a lot of the clips of as we get cleaned up in the movie of the car wash. We're going to do that again when we go out.
Yeah, I'd love to clean you up in the car wash, Quincy.
We're going to do
now
it.
during the middle of winter over there in Massachusetts. I'm sure you'll be just fine.
I'm throwing together a whole bunch of clips when we do a holiday show. Just two guys going out on the town for a couple of hours, and we got to use that clip again. An angry wrestler just watching over a good friend, me. We're going to go out. We go karaoke. We got to do a whole bunch of things and make the movie last for a couple of hours. And I'm even putting in the songs that we're going to use in the movie. The final countdown.
Yes.
There'll be no. It's an unrehearsed show we're going to make.
Okay. Well, I can't wait to make a movie with you, Quincy. Just you and I out on the town, tomcatting around.
That's about it.
Going to karaoke, you watching you sing. It'll be great. I don't really sing, so but you can do the singing for both of us, Quincy, because I know you have the dulcet tones, and that's why they call you the Velvet Fog, Quincy Rustani.
Well, that's how it all began with me, and then finally I got to enter the world of NWF. So we're gonna take you out, both of us, have some dinner. We're gonna sing. We're gonna do a whole bunch of crazy stunts here, and the audiences are gonna love this movie.
Oh, yeah. We're going to take you to the strip club, Quincy. You'll have a blast.
Oh, my God. Well, Al, I know you saw the video that was filmed not too long ago where Quincy ran into a good friend of yours, Kane Hodder, who's well known as Jason from Friday the 13th.
I want to thank you for introducing me to that.
Yeah, it's I'm in the movie Alice D. It's a horror film that was filmed right there in Rhode Island, and it was filmed in January. The trailer is out right now. If they go to my Facebook, they can see it. If they go to my Twitter, The Real Al Snow, I put it up there. They can see it. It's done by Jessica Sonnenborn and Christina Hammond, and it's an amazing film. And, like I said, at Kane Hodder and Quincy, you went and met Kane, I heard.
That's
And,
right. Because of you, Al, I met Kane. I went this very directly. I was out
I
doing
heard.
some errands, and I just got the word in off the hotline. We're going to have to take you somewhere because Uncle Al set something up. I went right over and used the direct approach. Kane,
I
Al
heard you use the very direct approach.
Well, that's the way it is in this business.
Well, it was so direct.
That's right. You've got to go and make things happen, Quincy. You can't just sit
I do. I use the most direct approach.
I know you do.
It was so direct that Kane actually thought you were there, Al, with your wife. He was looking around for help.
I'm sure he did.
But
I love you, Quincy.
I love you too, Uncle Al. I can
I know,
hardly
buddy.
wait for us to go back together. We're going to have a lot of fun. I don't care what
know we
happens. I don't care what
know we
happens.
are.
We're going to make it in this business one way or another.
Well-
you know we are. We're going to make it together, you and I.
You talked about
Like Abbott and Costello, Laurel and Hardy. You know, we're Crockett and Tubbs. We're all, we're.
You mentioned I haven't actually seen it yet, but this car wash scene. But, Quincy is not afraid of the cold water in the winter, Al. Were you familiar that Quincy is actually a brownie?
No, I was not aware of that.
Quincy, explain what you do every New Year's.
As an old traditional thing, my sister
Yeah.
takes me out to be a brownie. So that's,
You're a brownie.
yep, an L Street brownie. So
Okay.
we can do some crazy things
But
like that.
Explain to Al what a brownie is.
Well, a brownie,
I would want to know.
an L Street brownie goes out in the freezing bitter cold water.
It
Because
does.
if you didn't go in the bitter cold water, then they wouldn't call L Street brownies.
But you go to the beach.
I would think they would call you a bluey because that's the color you would turn instead of brown.
Call it blueies, brownies, call it everything you will. I do that once a year to get noticed. Well, as a result, it
I
finally
love-
worked.
Quincy, you get noticed all year round. That's yours. So.
Every New Year's, Quincy jumps into the cold water on New Year's Day. But what do you wear as a brownie, Quincy?
Just a bathing
Yes, what do you-
suit
Quincy, you go down to a bathing suit on New Year's Day and jump into the Atlantic Ocean.
and boots.
And
And boots.
Well, the place where we go, they
Well, you
suggest.
don't want your feet to get cold, right?
Well, of course it's going to be icy cold water. Otherwise, it would call Wall Street brownies. It's bigger.
Quincy, what kind of suit do you get in? Do you like a Speedo? Is it, just like a banana hammock or something?
Just a plain, crazy-looking bathing suit, a pair of shorts,
sure-
and then you go
I'm
in
sure
there
it's
for
crazy.
so many seconds for as long as you can tolerate the cold water, and then
How
you come
long
out.
do you go? How long do you go?
Oh, I'll go in there for about 1 minute, come out, make sure the
Yeah.
cameras notice
There are a lot
me. While
there
it
are a
was
lot of
out, it
shrinkage.
finally worked. Then
There are a lot of shrinkage. Get in the water.
And the thing about the brownies is that you wait for the news cameras to come, and then you see it on the news later, and then it's like, there he is. It's like, so we'll have to do some crazy, funny things, and
Okay.
the audiences are going to love it. I think we're going to,
They can't help but love you.
Al, maybe this weekend when you're here, if we have the time, it might not be New Year's Day, but maybe Quincy could show us what it's like to be an L
Maybe he
Street
could.
brownie.
Yeah, he could go out and jump in the water this weekend. I
We're
don't
not
know.
too far from the ocean at all here. We are in the Boston
Right.
area.
well, we'll
That'd be
arrange
great.
it.
Okay. Me
Now,
and you.
by the way, I
Jump
want
in
to
the Atlantic Ocean this weekend.
I want to apologize for the other night on our first time, but as we both agree,
Oh, that's
we'd
all
rather be busy and we do a phone call than not busy. Right?
Yep.
Because I know we got our signals crossed, but we'd rather juggle our schedules and make it again than not be busy. Okay?
Okay.
Because,
All
but as a result, we got our telephone calls in, and whatever time we're doing on our schedules,
Well, let's let Dan promote the
Yes.
shows this weekend one more time, Quincy.
It really-
Okay, and then
There really is such a lot to talk about, Al, but when two best
Yeah.
friends like you and Quincy get together, I can't really interrupt the conversation. It's
I
so
know, but you make sure you let people know where we're at and what we're doing this weekend.
we are very best friends. We're just two good friends, very best friends
Absolutely.
going into the world of NWF.
good. And the
And,
Atlantic Ocean.
we're going to run into the
Atlantic
ocean. We're going to do a lot of good things.
All right, relax for a
Lot
second,
of good.
Quincy. Have a sip of your ginger ale. But again, fans, MWF Holiday Headlocks this Saturday night. We're trying to do a world of good for kids out there, as we try and say in under the table, so to say, Santa Claus's GPS doesn't exactly reach every child's house each holiday season, so we're going to do what we can to upload it and make sure that all the families, all of our neighbors, have the best holiday they can. We're going to have an autograph photo fan fest. There is going to be a buffet Kowloon dinner, which Ultra VIP fans will get to sit with the stars. It'll be a lot of fun. We're going to have charity auctions and raffles thanks to our friends at both WWE and TNA, who have provided some great merchandise for us to try and help these kids out. And then it all ends with a group Q&A, which I think could be a lot of fun, Al.
Oh, yeah. I'm very excited to be a part of it, and, I hope everybody comes out. You're going to have a very entertaining time and could be for a great cause. Going to have a great dinner and a lot of fun at Kowloon's, and then a great show. And then, I encourage everybody to come out, and also for the wrestlers around the area to come to the Slaminar, I guess is what you call it. For those of you that are interested and want to know what it takes and what people are looking for in the larger groups, I work with TNA still, and have worked with WWE in the developmental, and very aware of what it takes and what they're looking for, and we'll be glad to share my experience and give you every bit of information I can to improve your odds and chances of achieving your dreams.
That's right, Al. That's something I really want to stress on a more serious level. We are having your seminar, or the Slaminar as we call it, on Sunday morning, November the 17th at the Belltime Club in Wakefield, Massachusetts. It is worth every single penny you will pay. We have tried to make it as affordable as humanly possible to try and get as many young athletes in the door that really want to learn the craft. Because right now, to me, there is wrestling and there is professional wrestling. In the MWF, we have tried to shy away. I'm sorry?
Nothing.
I lost my train of thought. We've never tried to present the $10 garbage in the Millennium Wrestling Federation just to try and save a few bucks. We've tried to get the best talent in the Northeast along with the superstars that our events feature. But, Al, right now the business is hurting. When you hear guys that are even running training schools saying, we can't come to the TV studio and do promos on a Sunday. It's time we spend with our girlfriends. What kind of a future is that going to lead to for people with that mindset that don't live it 24/7?
Well, you have to make a decision. You're either going to treat it as a hobby or as a profession. Whether it's you're a plumber, an electrician, carpenter, you're going to work in an office, you have to treat it as a job, and you have to apply yourself. If you want it to be a hobby, then treat it as a hobby. But understand that you're not a professional. You're not a professional wrestler just because that's a term. Professional means that it's a profession. It means that you apply yourself to make a living at it. You don't just treat it as a joke and as a hobby. And unfortunately, when you treat it as a joke and a hobby, you affect how everybody else makes a living in it too. And for those of you that are considering coming, understand that everything that's done with you in this business is an investment of time and money. And if you're not willing to invest time and money in yourself, then how do you ever expect a promoter to be willing to invest time and money in you? It's a two-way street. So I would highly encourage everyone to come out, be a part of it, and you'd be surprised. You might actually take something away that might make a difference if you really want to achieve your dreams.
Well, we're not exactly trying to become Donald Trump with what we're charging. Again, the goal is to try and get as many individuals in the door to try and get a learning experience out of it because it is so important. You and I talked privately about it. We're going to have your thoughts on the state of the industry in 2013. We're going to have in-ring drills, in-ring matches where you'll give direct feedback, and then you'll give all of the participants in the seminar a chance to ask you questions, a Q&A.
Absolutely. Any question they want to ask, the only dumb one's the one they don't ask. So.
Precisely. I know we've had a few seminars with you before. They've been great, other than the Commissioner Von Johnson incident in the men's room, but that's a different story.
Yes.
That's a different story for a different time. But like you said, it's about investing in yourself. To me, if it's not something you want to live every day, be a part of every day, study every day, it's a hobby. If you want to be a professional, you have to invest in yourself. You have to realize these girlfriends that you want to spend time with. You know what? it may sound cruel, but the wrestling business has to come first. Everyone needs a job. Everyone needs to have an income. But if you really want to be a professional, you need to work in the best promotions possible. That means you have to travel. You might lose money at the end of the day. These are the things that are instilled this day and age where there's so many what I'll call quote-unquote wrestling schools now. Because to me, unless you have an Al Snow or a veteran that has been around the world, a veteran that has made a full-time living in this business, it's very difficult for me to say, let me pay you $2,500, $3,000, and you teach me how to become a quote-unquote professional wrestling. I don't know if you agree, disagree, but that's something I feel very strongly about.
Well, it's slowly becoming a lost art, simply because of the people that really know it are leaving the business and are no longer around to pass on things that are intrinsic to it to the next generation. So, it's unfortunate if we're not careful. We're going to lose it. It's going to change and become something else, and it'll go away. So hopefully, we can pass along some information that'll help them, the talent themselves survive and thrive, and help the business itself survive.
Absolutely. And it's also important to me to stress that, we could bring in a lot of great veterans that could teach the young guys a lot of things that they could use each and every weekend. But when it comes to a session with someone as yourself, not only are they learning from someone that has seen it all, done it all, someone that's been entrusted with every WWE and TNA superstar since about 2000, 2001 or so, you're currently doing it present day. You're not talking about how it was done. You're talking about how it is done right now if you want to advance to the next level with your career, how you need to do it, the best way to go about it, the best way to live the life going forward. And I think that's a real value to any student that takes part.
I agree. Well, Dan, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to get there this weekend. And
I am so much looking forward to going back together with you again, Uncle Al.
Me too, Quincy.
Al, I know that
very excited.
Deborah has said she has a surprise for someone very special at Kowloon Saturday night. Could you be that person?
Terrific. I hope so. I can only hope.
Well, we'll see what Deborah and the puppies have planned Saturday night, fans. Again, it's going to be the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, Papa Shango, The Godfather, Deborah, John Cena Sleesner, and that dead raccoon on his head with the WWE U.S. Championship belt. And the man we're speaking with right now, a very good friend of ours, a man I think the absolute world of, Al Snow. So many stories to share during the autograph photo fan fest, the dinner, the charity auctions, the raffles that Quincy's going to help with.
And make sure you say hi to Cindy.
I will. I'll tell Cindy you said hi, Quincy.
Maybe we'll call Cindy on the cell phone during the Q&A to say hello to her from everybody.
Yeah, we'll call Cindy, and you can say hi to her on Saturday, Quincy.
All right. I have a feeling, Al, this is going to be a very, very memorable weekend. I can't wait to see you yet again. We're running out of time in this segment. Quincy, any final thoughts?
I'm very much looking forward to seeing you again in this business. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to make a good movie. Head. And
fans, not only do we have to worry about Head and jumping in the Atlantic Ocean, but we can even talk a little bit about TNA's return to Lowell, Massachusetts. Christmas weekend, December the 29th. We'll have information about that at Holiday Headlocks, and I'm sure, Al, during the various interviews we do, we can talk a lot about that great event as Kurt Angle, Jeff Hardy, and more come back to the Lowell Memorial Auditorium. One hell of a wrestling venue.
Should be exciting.
Al, it's been a pleasure. We will see you Saturday, my friend. Fans, we hope to see you Saturday. Professional wrestlers, if you really want to learn what it takes to get to the next level, I cannot stress how much you need to be at the Bell Time Club this Sunday. Al, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
BostonWrestling.com's Holiday Headlock, Saturday, November 16th at Kowloon on Route 1 in Saugus. Autograph photo fan fest, dinner, auctions, Q&A to help our neighbors this holiday with Ted DiBiase, The Godfather, Al Snow, Deborah, John Cena Sr. with the authentic WWE US spinner belt, Papa Shango, and more. Get your tickets now.